And what is going on, good people? We're back here working on a weekend like usual. And of course, we're always working and trapping throughout the week. If it's a Tuesday, that means it is ISG Football. It is the intersection of sports and gaming. We talk the latest in the world of the NFL and also college football, everything that has to do with football. As well, we have a Madden matchup. You'll see a couple of the top Madden players in the world playing for cash and other prizes live right here on a Tuesday night on Valley Live Stadium Sports Network. Watch Stadium Sports app, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. As we're live from Chocolate Lovers in New Jersey, in Bayonne, New Jersey, live on a Tuesday night, live from New Jersey, right here in Bayonne. All right, let's come inside, folks. Larry Ridley here, CBS Sports, Madden NFL. ISG Football on Tuesdays, ISG Basketball on Thursdays. And folks, if you want the latest in the world of the NFL and college football, this is the place to be, man. We got a great show lined up for you, man. We're going to talk the latest in the NFL, also with college football, man. Before we get started, I want to shout out the good folks right here. Look at this, man. The teal, the blue, the baby blue. It's all working. We're live here at Chocolate Lovers in Bayonne, New Jersey. This is where I trap and I live, right here in Bayonne, New Jersey. First time we've been here, folks. Look at it, 416 Broadway, right off of Broadway, near Midtown here in Bayonne. You can give them a call, 201-243-6896. And folks, we're talking about if it's open late, and it's right here for all the chocolate lovers and their cravings. Got crepes, shakes, waffles, and more. Cheesecakes, smoothies, sundaes. Folks, we're talking about the best dessert place in New York and New Jersey. That would be the Tri-State. They're open daily. Well, actually Sunday through Thursday, noon to 12 a.m. And also Friday and Saturday, a little later, noon to 2 a.m. Open late for the chocolate lovers' cravings. Chocolate Lovers, New Jersey, right here, located in Bayonne, New Jersey. Crepe, shakes, waffles, and more. Cheesecake, smoothies, and sundaes. Best dessert you'll find in New York and New Jersey. Now, let me go ahead and bring in the broski, the co-host here, and the broskina. There she is. Jarrett Guarantano, former quarterback, University of Tennessee Volunteers, also Broncos and Cardinals. Currently plays in the UFL for those San Antonio Brahmas. Blue 80. Blue 80. Kill, kill, kill. 52's the mic. 52's the mic. Easy, easy. Rover, Rover. Liz. How we do, Jarrett?
Good. We got our producer talking about some jet sweeps. I like the jet sweeps.
Jet sweep.
Candy. That's good stuff. No, he likes it. He likes it.
Eye candy. That's exactly what it is.
Get a little motion going.
Oh, I like it. What's up, Larry? How's everything been, brother?
I'm good, brother, man. It's always a good Tuesday, man. Anytime I get to see that handsome face. Look at that handsome young man from Jersey.
I know. I'm missing home a little bit right now. I'm missing that. I heard it's like 60 degrees.
It was like high 60s today, but it was like 70, 80s all last week. And it's going to be cold tomorrow, like 50, 53. Like, yeah. It's going to rain for the next couple days. Yeah, man. Stay where you at, dude.
Maybe I don't like miss it too much.
You ain't missing much. Stay where you at, dog. Andrea Richmond, peace up, A down. She's a sportscaster, esportscaster extraordinaire down in the A. What's going on in hot Atlanta?
Oh, you know what? Everything's all good in the neighborhood. I want to tell you guys a little interesting tidbit. I had my first media availability today. So in the dream, I asked a question and my microphone was unplugged for it. So.
Oh, womp, womp.
Womp. You know, I'm trying. I'm getting up there in the sports world. But, you know, things are moving and shaking. So, hey, that's all good, you know.
All right, so look, that's going to be exciting. You getting to cover the W. Also, maybe some NBA as well. Look at you, girl. You like the Jeffersons. You're moving on up. To the east side. You know, maybe I'll get a deluxe apartment. A deluxe apartment, yes.
Maybe not in Jersey, though, with the 70, 60 degrees.
Well, that was, you know, hey,
it was hot last week. And the taxes.
Yes.
Oh,
and
stay down there.
Yeah,
yes. You know? But you get to say you're in the Mecca. You know, this is the epicenter. There's New York City, man. It's the place to be, man. Everything that you want to do is right here. Although we're right across the river, we're in Jersey. We're near the swamps. So it's a little different here.
Definitely not the swamps.
You guys ready to get this thing started here live on a Tuesday night from Chocolate Lovers here in Bayonne, New Jersey?
Yeah, let's get it going.
All right, let's do it. Let's take a look real quickly at the rundown real quickly here for ISG Football, the intersection of sports and gaming. We're going to talk about that book that just came out, Seth Wickersham. Caleb Williams, before he got drafted, actually didn't want to go to the Bears. A lot of fallout for that. That's a really hot topic in the NFL. We'll talk about that. Shedeur has a new deal with the Cleveland Browns, signed his rookie contract. We'll get into that. And how about the Green Bay Packers coach, Matt LeFleur? Crazy story that he talked about. He almost got his butt whooped. I guess we can say ass. We're here on the internet and streaming about the players before he cut them. Can't wait to talk to Jay Jeezy up the Heezy for Sheezy. Jarrett Guarantano, get his thoughts on that. 49ers, they got their quarterback of the future, and right now, Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant from a few years ago, $265 million, $250 million right there, going to the quarterback. And Antonio Brown, the former NFL player, why he was temporarily detained by Miami police, we'll get it into that. All right, real quickly, as we talk about the players playing the Madden matchup, let's take a look at the rules here of those players. It's all Madden, competitive game style, hit the head. Current rosters, we like to call those regs. All regular teams, all 32 NFL teams are available. They got 5-minute quarters. King of the Hill format, you win, you stay on, and that's what it's all about. And you win 4 straight weeks, you get some money, and you also get a nice little chair. Speaking of chairs, let's talk about the prizes. It's all about the shmoney. $50 guaranteed tonight. The winner gets 40. The runner-up runs about this piece with $10 straight cash, homie. A player that wins 4 straight weeks, as I alluded to, gets an NFL licensed zip chair. And folks, go to zipchair.com. They literally make the best gaming chairs in the world. Also make office furniture, gaming desks, sofas, stools, you name it. They got all the NFL teams, NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL, MLS, also NCAA and university-inspired chairs as well. And also, if you have any custom pieces, they can get that done for you as well. Check them out online, zipchair.com. Shout out to Tina Altadonna, our lady out there, the marketing lady, doing great things, been rocking with us for over 5 years now. Zip Chair, located on Strong Island, Long Island, zipchair.com. How about the matchup today? Here's, we take a look real quickly. The 2 Madden players that we'll be playing for said cash and other prizes. Whereischandler, we found him. He's right here. He's playing with the Packers. And how about the current king of the hill? Has yet to lose a Madden game in this league and on ISG Football over the last 3 or 4 months since he's been playing. I guess it'd be 4 months now. He is playing, the defending champ, playing with the Chiefs. All right, let's take a look real quickly at the profiles. And let's start with the young man, the challenger. And that would be Whereischandler. Speaking of Chandler, he's right here. Chandler Cooks from Dallas, Texas. That is North Texas right there. The Dalworth area, 22 years of age, is a college student. Multiple C4 Madden League playoff appearances for Chandler. Let's go ahead and bring in the young pup, the young Thundercat. Bring him in here, 22 years of age. All right, Chandler, we talked to you a few weeks ago, man. You were talking about what you wanted to do when you grew up, or when you grew up. Talk to us about being a sort of, in this field, I guess, Chandler, being in this field and being a graphic artist. Your thoughts here on being a graphic artist, and have you seen anything recently that made you want to do it?
At the moment, I'm just kind of working on some personal projects right now. So we're just trying to get those together, just trying to be able to put those on a platform where I can show some of my talents.
Absolutely, man. And do you still feel pretty good about it, man? As far as what you've learned, anything that's inspired you recently, anything that you've seen or that's sort of moved you?
Just more so like kind of like watching like the W and everything, just kind of watching those players and what they have to go through and how they persevere through those things, and just trying to like build the confidence that they have to go out every night and just be who they are, and not let the outside people talk to them and make them feel like they're lesser than who they are.
Nice, man. And the W, strong ratings on that game between Chicago and Indiana, 3.1 million. I think it peaked 2.7 on the average. Best regular season game we've seen in 25 years. So people definitely getting involved with the W. We're going to talk about it on ISG Basketball on Thursday. So good luck, man. You're playing with the Packers tonight. Good luck. So if you can take down the king, man, you can go ahead and mute your mic, and we'll talk to you potentially at the end of the game if you are the winner. All right, let's take a look real quickly at the profile of the winner. Right now, the king of the hill, the current champ. He's not the winner yet. Don't put the cart before the horse, Ridley. OG2K, Nicholas Sirianni. No relation to the head coach, Nick Sirianni, who did get a contract extension. We're not talking about that tonight, but there it is. We just threw it out there. Got some more years added on. The Super Bowl winning coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. He's from Buffalo, New York. So Western New York. All that lake effect snow, 19 years of age. He's a college student. An 11-time champion, folks. 9 in Madden and 2 as well for college football, which will be starting back up come the end of July, early August. That means we're going to go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays coming in the fall. So Jarrett Guarantano, you're going to be very busy come late summer and into the fall. Let's go ahead and bring in OG2K, head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs on Madden. There he is, Nicholas Sirianni. OG, so, man, look, you are the defending champ. You are the king of the hill. Had some close losses or close wins and also some blowouts. Where's the confidence level now? I mean, we've talked the last few weeks. It's been around 9, 10. Where are you at now?
Pretty good. Just going to try and win like normal and just not, make any mistakes.
What do you remember about playing Chandler? You've played him a couple of times now. Anything that you're prepared for? What can you tell us about those previous contests and how they can help you going into this one?
He's one of out of the field from Compete Forever, I think he's one of the top passers. So I think I just gotta try my best to press his receivers on the line and not let him get much separation.
All right, man. Well, good luck, brother. Like I said, you are the current king of the hill, man. You'll be playing with those Kansas City Chiefs. And we could be talking to you at the conclusion of the game. So you can go ahead and mute your mic, man. And we might talk to you at the conclusion of the game. Let's take a look real quickly before this game gets started, guys, at the Molly Pop great standings here, because I'm not on top anymore. Look at Andrea Richmond, 7-0. Check them out online, mollypopgrapes.com. Grapes as sweet as candy, about 20 different variety of grapes there with Molly Pop grapes there. Molly Pop grapes taking the world by sweet storm. They got the pink bag promise. Folks, you see those pink bags in your local grocery stores, you got to understand you're getting high quality produce. Once again, they also have pressed juices online as well. You're talking about really good juice. Awesome juice, man. 100% fruit juice, man, made with the grapes there. Check them out online, mollypopgrapes.com. Grapes as sweet as candy. There's Andrew Richmond, undefeated 7-0. Jarrett Guarantano, now he's on my heels. I gotta look out for myself. All right, let's go ahead and bring everybody back in, get a quick prediction before this game gets started. Look at Andrew.
It feels good to be on top, guys. It just feels great. It's a wonderful day. What's all that? Tuesday? It feels good. Nick's going to play soon. Everything's good, man. Everything's great.
Brushing your shoulder off? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, okay. I got a little dirt over here, but everything is good, so everything has been good because I've been sticking and riding by none other than who is the undefeated, at least right now, champ in OG. And guess what? Sometimes when you're playing craps, what you do? You stick with the hot number, okay? And guess what? I'm going to stick with OG. That's my OG. And hopefully you're going to make sure that I'm undefeated.
Yeah, you stale. That's safe. That's the safe pick. That's chalk. Jarrett Guarantano, where you going, brother? You going with Go Pack Go? Or you going Chiefs Kingdom?
I don't know, Larry. I'm feeling really bored right now. And I'm sick of I'm sick of putting it on red every week and just going with OG.
There he is.
I'm not going to be smart today, and I'm going to go with who I want to hear the post-game interview with. I want to hear Chandler speak more about the W and everything. So I'm going to go Chandler with the upset win today.
Oh, boy. There he goes. Thinking with his heart, man.
Heart and head.
That's
heart
it.
and head,
Bing,
man.
bong. Bing, bong.
I'm bored. I'm bored.
So are you okay? When it comes to being bored, are you bored and tired of making money? Like if you were winning at a slot machine or in a casino or something, would you be bored of making money by making the safe bet?
I feel like I'm a Tom Brady fan right now, just rooting for him, and he just keeps winning championships. I'm bored of him. I'm sick of him. I want to see him get knocked off.
I'm with you because go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah, sometimes when you take a L, it makes sure that the Dubs feel that much better. You know what I mean? So maybe this is the type of mentality.
This is the one. Today is the. This is the one. Today, this is the one. This is the one.
All right, we're gonna find out. Look, I'm gonna take OG 2K as well. I can't afford any more losses. And look, I want Chandler to win. Prove me wrong. I'm begging Chandler. Give me my third loss. I'll take it. But right now, give me the chalk. Give me OG 2K. All right, guys, go ahead and lock it up. OG 2K and Chandler. That'll be the Chiefs and the Packers, respectively, guys. We'll conduct the interview at the conclusion of the game. Lock it up. Go ahead and play it out live right here on Valley Live Stadium Sports Network. Watch Stadium Sports app, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. As we're live at Chocolate Lovers here in Bayonne, New Jersey, man. We're talking about open late for chocolate lovers' cravings. Crepe shakes, waffles, and more. Cheesecake, smoothies, and sundaes. Chocolate Lovers. Best dessert right here in New York and Jersey. Let's go ahead and get this thing started, guys. Good luck. And that pregame show brought to you by our good friends at Fat Bastard and Sons, located in West Actually, it's not west. It's South Hackensack. I was going to say Hackensack, but it's South Hackensack technically. Highway 46, and check them out online, fatbastardsandsons.com. And folks with a name like Fat Bastard and Sons, you know they love great food. Family-owned business, been around 40 years. Folks are talking about bringing you the best pizza around. They also have a full bar. They have a passion for great food and excellent service. They got chicken tenders, burgers, chicken, pizza, subs, calzones, you name it. It's all right there, even seafood. FatBastardandSons.com, located right next to Club Flamingo. We'll be there in a couple of weeks, man. One of the great sports bars and lady clubs, gentlemen's clubs out there. So check them out online, FatBastardandSons.com. We're back here live at Chocolate Lovers here in Bayonne, New Jersey. Larry Ridley of CBS Sports, ISG Football, ISG Basketball. Got Jarrett Guarantano right next to me, former University of Tennessee volunteer hit quarterback, also with the Broncos and the Cardinals, currently playing with the UFL's San Antonio Brahmas. Got Andrea Richmond, Peace Up, A Down. She's a sportscaster down in Atlanta. Middle of the screen there, OG2K. He is the king of the hill, and he's playing with the Chiefs, and he's never lost in competitive Madden here on ISG Football. Got Chandler at the bottom of the screen with the glasses. He is playing with the Packers. We'll see if he can get an upset here live on a Tuesday night right here from Chocolate Lovers in Bayonne. He's got the ball early first quarter, about 4 minutes to go. All right, guys, let's jump into the NFL. Crazy story in the NFL this week, man, involving the number one pick of the draft last year in 2024, that will be Caleb Williams. So this book is coming out here. So the book written by Seth Wickersham, writer for ESPN and ESPN.com. It's called American Kings, a biography of the quarterback. And it features a bunch of quarterbacks, and it talks about Caleb Williams and his father, Carl Williams, detailing before he got drafted in 2024 last year, wanted to skirt the rules and circumvent getting drafted by the Bears. His dad said Chicago is a place where quarterbacks go to die, didn't want his son to play there. Also, Caleb Williams struck up a really good relationship with O'Connell, the head coach of the Vikings, really wanted to go there. They even talked about going to the UFL, maybe even going and doing an end around like Archie Manning, trying to get him to go play for another team, like they did with Eli back in 2004. JG, you've played in the NFL. Man, how crazy of a story is this, and how should Bear fans feel about Caleb right now? C-Dubs.
I think it was such on-time publishing, right? Like we're right smack dab about to start OTAs. We don't have really much going on with the NFL. So why not stir up one of the most polarizing quarterbacks in the game right now? Mm-hmm. Right? So like I think within the article, there was a lot of things that people already knew with Caleb Williams, right? Like there was a lot of talks last year about how his father and him really didn't want to go to a bad situation, and how they were kind of talking about doing the same things as Arch Manning did with Eli and the Giants. I'm not surprised to see it a year later, just because we're super bored right now. Also, there was a couple of things about that. I mean, the UFL and along the lines of having stakes within the franchise, whoever he went to. It's just all just jibber jabber. People are super bored right now. All right, like there's not much else to do. There's really no football on right now. Nobody's really watching the UFL per se, but everybody's just trying to figure out the next storyline right now going into OTAs. Obviously, Chicago has a lot of good things going on with their new head coach, their new additions to the offensive line.
Yep, Ben Johnson, former Lions OC. Yep.
They just got Joe Thuney, right guard. Yep. They got
All
Jonah
pro.
Jackson, center, who was really, really good. He was also a Pro Bowler a few years ago. So there's a lot of good things going on in Chicago. So it was right on time for them to go and sit there and say, like, let's go get Caleb and kind of mess up that locker room juju.
Wow. Andrew, your thoughts here. Nothing new, but the fact that it can't come out. And how about Seth Wickersham? Did the story on the Patriots and their sort of fall of, their dynasty with Belichick and Brady. He gets some pretty good stuff, man. I always ask people, where's the lie? I don't see one, Andrea.
There is no lie, and luckily, although you can say maybe this will piss off some of the people who were there from the old regime, there aren't a lot of people, at least, that are in the leadership positions from that old regime. So, a little mess can leak out without there being too much, instigation going on right here. Caleb isn't lying. They've never had a 4,000-yard passer in their history ever, and they've been one of the oldest franchises to exist in the NFL. Do you know how
that is crazy?
Do you know how bad that hurts?
You get 17 games nowadays. 17.
17. The offense right now, it basically has all the rules working in their favor. Wide receivers have never been better, and you still, Offensive coordinators are curtailing the offense more to quarterbacks than they ever have, and you still have never had a 4K passer. That's insane. And it's not insane why Caleb didn't want to potentially ruin his career to go to the Bears, because for as much as we can talk about the Bears now, last year they were a mess. You're going to a head coach who, unfortunately, Matt Eberflus already lost the locker room from beforehand.
Right. And his father and Caleb, they talked about that was a lot of their concerns.
Yeah.
The offensive system, the head coach, and the system, and also the stadium uncertainty as well.
And we could talk about the offensive line, and no matter how electric Caleb Williams is, especially out the pocket, you have to have somewhat of a pocket to make sure that you can escape out the pocket to make plays, and that wasn't provided for them. So now that everything's good, they have a new OC, Ben Johnson, who's obviously come from Detroit. They have
head coach. Yep.
Now they have an offensive system. Now you can let a little bit of that mess leak out a little bit without too much of a backlash. But unfortunately for Caleb, he's going to always get backlash until he actually proves it, which, it's still the Bears. So good luck with that.
Madden game right now got a 7-0 lead by the competitor here, the upstart that beat Chandler. He's got a 7-0 lead and the ball here. So interesting there. JG, want to get your thoughts here. Look, I understand why he might feel that way. How does he repair this with the Bears fans, and how's it playing out in Chicago? Because that's really all that matters. We can laugh and joke about it. Do they still feel good about it? And look, they still got some issues with their stadium as we speak. They were trying to move it downtown. Now they're trying to go back out into the suburbs.
Yeah, and I will say this. I think that going into his situation of the draft, if he was going to get drafted this year, or they had the same type of setup last year, with who their head coach is, their whole new offensive system, how they dedicated time to money to their offensive line, how they went and got playmakers. They drafted a really good tight end out of Michigan. They had another draft pick with another wide receiver. I think going back, if they had did this last year, none of this would have really been talked about, right? Like, I just think that the layout and how they've kind of dedicated themselves to Caleb as their quarterback and his development, I think right now this would have been a completely different standpoint from his father in his eyes. Now, obviously, there's going to have to be a conversation, and I don't know if it'll be an apology or if it'll be like, hey, it's not true. I think something will probably have to be said within the locker room. Guys will probably stick up for him because he's a really good football player and really young, and obviously sometimes it's tough going into that situation in the NFL. Right. But I think just there's going to, like you said, there's going to have to be some kind of repairment. There's going to have to be a talk about, hey, like, this is kind of like not a really good article on your part, whether that's from his publicist, whether that's from the team's publicist, anything along those lines. But I don't really think there's going to have to be too much, just because everybody kind of knows, especially the fan base. I kind of think that they're more so on his side about what has happened in the past, right?
Well, he did talk also in that book, in an article, that like he's here now and he's excited and things of that nature. So pretty good job by him on that.
Yeah, I just think the fan base almost would have sided with him. Like, they weren't very happy with Eberflus, and they weren't very happy with the offensive production from the offensive line and just their offensive system anyway. So I think a lot of them would just be like, yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised by that, but there's going to be a lot of things that Caleb has to do this year to kind of show his improvement, whether that's maturity-wise or just being able to stay in the pocket and make those throws.
Andrew, real quickly, what about his dad? Does he have any fault or blame here for starting this mess? And, there's some talk that Deion Sanders was maybe trying to do the same thing with Shedeur. We saw how that played out.
And you know what? When in doubt, blame the parents, okay? Whether it be Nico or whether it be Shedeur when it comes to Deion.
Getting some bad advice.
Just go ahead, blame the parents and be like, hey, man, I was getting advice from my dad. This isn't me. I'm just going to go out in the field, put my head down and put that work in. And hopefully, I mean, we've seen what Caleb can do at USC. If he plays anywhere close to the top plays that he was able to provide there, then guess what? All will be forgiven. All will be forgotten. But until that time, that was my dad. It wasn't me. What? Me? No, I was great. I love the Bears. Go Bears. Not Bears. Come on.
The Bears. All right. But yeah, you're right, JG. Interesting timing, right after rookie minicamp, right before OTAs and minicamp start for those guys. So, conveniently dropped. NBA playoffs starting to wind down a little bit as well. So, look, but it did reverberate. That's for sure. It definitely reverberated because we felt it here in New Jersey. Like, whoa,
you got the clicks.
This is crazy. Yeah, I got the clicks. It was definitely some clickbait there. I got a 7-0 lead here as we're live here. Chocolate lovers in Bayonne, New Jersey. We're talking about the best dessert in New York and New Jersey, man. crepes, shakes, waffles, more cheesecakes, smoothies, and sundaes. It's all right here in Bayonne, New Jersey, 416 Broadway. Got a 7-0 lead here. The champ is down at start of the second quarter. That first quarter brought to you by our good friends at Golf Zone. Check them out, golfzonesocial.com. We were just there last week, and it's where sports bar and indoor golf lounge, 3 locations there for Golf Zone Social: Brooklyn, West Nyack, and Scarsdale. The one we go to in Brooklyn, one of my favorites there. Of course, they got 15 simulators and bays, including the huge VIP bay as well. Check them out online. It's where golf meets social, the best indoor golf experience, indoor golf games as well. It meets unparalleled social engagement. They've got over 200 and I believe 40 courses that you can play. Royal Troon, you name it, all those great golf courses. Man, it's like a sports bar, a golf simulator. It's like a restaurant. It's like a club, a lounge. It's all right there, golfzonesocial.com. All right, we're back here live here in Bayonne, New Jersey at Chocolate Lovers. NJ here in Bayonne, New Jersey, man. Open late for chocolate lovers and their cravings. The best dessert in New York, New Jersey. Like I said, crepes, shakes, waffles, and more cheesecake, smoothies, and sundaes. Man, my favorite, the chocolate tower. Oh, the Nutella chocolate tower. That's my thing there. I got a tied up game here at 7. All right, guys, let's get back to the NFL. Speaking of quarterbacks, not last year in 2024, quarterbacks coming into the draft or came into the draft in 2025. Of course, the biggest name there, other than Cam Ward, was Shedeur Sanders, drafted by the Cleveland Browns in the 5th round there. Just signed his rookie deal, rookie contract, 4 years, $4.6 million. Sounds good. Hooray for him. But he lost about $40 million instead of going, top 2 or 3 down to 144 in the 5th round. Would have made more money. You just saw that with the NIL valuation. Would have made $6.5 million. So he takes a $2 million pay cut. So this is like Nico meets the NFL here. Your thoughts here, Andrea, on Shedeur getting the deal. And look, from all accounts, he's played pretty well in rookie camp. Also, right now, according to Cleveland insiders, if the season started today, it would be Kenny Pickett and then Flacco, and Shedeur will be 3rd. So he's already moving up. Looks like he already outplayed Gabriel, his fellow rookie.
And let's see as the year progresses how much more in that ranking and pecking order he'll end up rising, right? But when it comes to NIL, we do have to acknowledge the fact that while some of that money might be coming from boosters, right? So you know how much boosters, 1 or 2 million. A lot of that NIL are endorsements, right? So a lot of that does go with you. So it's not to say like all of that is a genuine $2 mil pay cut. He'll probably keep some of that with him.
Good point.
Right? Big bomb going on right there. Unfortunately, couldn't hit right there. But I still feel like at the end of the day, this might end up working good for Shedeur because, when you're at the bottom, there are low expectations. It doesn't matter if you're at the top of your first draft pick, they're going to expect you to go ahead and produce, right? But now that he's drafted so low, he has all these players ahead of him. He can sit and he can learn. And also, too, only 4 years for that contract instead of 5. So that means
that's true.
They can go ahead and re-up for his money a little bit faster. So short-term pay cut today, but as we see him right there, a turnover right now might turn into a turnover a little later. Who knows?
Right. JJ, your thoughts here on Shedeur inking that deal? You think he's losing a lot with the NIL valuation? And what are his prospects to start this year? Looks like he's moving up the depth chart and had a very respectable rookie camp.
Yeah, I would say that in his standpoint that it would be really tough to go back and make that decision to go back to college, especially.
No, you're not going back to college,
rated, right? Like everybody understands his situation, right? Everybody had him.
You're losing your top 3 receivers. You ain't going back to college. Heck no.
And everybody had him labeled as a top 30 pick in the NFL draft. It was a complete surprise that he had dropped. I mean, even if he was 2nd round, it was a complete surprise that he dropped to the 4th round. So nobody would have ever suspected him making a wrong decision money-wise with that. But I'm happy for him. Like he's probably better off with his career this way happening and starting like this. Like I would say, I think that he needed a little bit of adversity throughout his career to kind of understand how to grow from within and grow and be his own person. Obviously, he's had that last name his whole life, and he's had to live in that shadow of his dad.
Yes.
So that's not going anywhere by any means. Of course, people are still going to look for him to play as great as or as loud as his dad is and as loud as he is with how many gold chains and everything. Like everybody's always going to have that expectation from him no matter where he's picked. just because of how they kind of have labeled him and how he kind of labels himself to the media. But I expect him to be a very good football player in the NFL. I just think that this was so good for his career to have this type of adversity that nobody saw coming, not even himself. And hopefully it kind of allows him to take a step back and sit there and say, like, I have a long way to go and let's chop at this one day at a time. But it's good for the competition purposes as well that he has another quarterback in his class. He has Joe Flacco in the room. Hopefully he's learning a bunch from him, and as well as Kenny Pickett, who has probably had 20-plus starts in his NFL career too.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good point. Andrew, there was some little scuttlebutt, a little chatter online. People in Cleveland are actually loving the kid, right? You look at the social media engagement when they show pictures of him, he gets 3 or 4 times as many likes and clicks and engagement as Gabriel. So I don't know. Are they really keeping score like that now, Andrew? Is that what we're doing now?
Oh, man, I see it all the time when it comes to the W coverage. It's about how many followers or how many viewers or how many clicks or how many ratings, blah, blah,
now, how many
blah,
passes
blah,
you complete in practice and how, the least amount of interceptions you throw, who's running the offense.
Larry, what happened to the game I love? It used to be about playing well. Now it's about following
I
up.
want winners.
I want game. I want you to go ahead, be a quarterback on the field, and get those long touchdowns. So hopefully Shedeur does that. And it's not just all social gimmick and social talk. But hey, if anything, right, it's a good look for him in the Cleveland area for people to go ahead and say, hey, I like this guy, because especially after him dropping in the draft, a lot of people are like, oh, this guy must be a terrible person to be around. No, it turns out he's pretty okay. It's just that he probably needed a little bit of separating, like Jarrett said, from his name and the things that come with it.
JG, how about this? There was a rookie picture, right, of all the Cleveland Browns. They're all like, hey, do the wrist flex. And he's like, no. I said, I like that. I like that, Jarrett.
I think he's doing all the right things right now. Obviously, the best thing that he probably could do right now is laying low and just being a rookie and being a rookie quarterback and allowing himself grace to make mistakes and not being cool enough not to ask Joe Flacco a billion questions, right? Joe Flacco's a Super Bowl winning champ, and he's done amazing things in this league. Like, being by his hip pocket and allowing yourself to grow and make
still probably has a stronger arm than Shedeur right now. Shedeur will never have an arm that strong.
Yeah.
No, Joe, he has a gun. He has an absolute gun.
Cannon, laser. Howitzer. Yeah, howitzer. That's right.
And the way that he's going about it with the media, obviously, like, that's not going to make much for the front office and the decisions that they make, but how he's kind of keeping a low profile and being a little bit more quiet about his approach right this time of year, I think has been really good. And I think, I mean, I've saw a lot of reports that he's had a really successful rookie minicamp with Dylan Gabriel going up against him. So it's going to be really intriguing how they handle the reps with OTAs and minicamp. Obviously, I don't expect them both to take a lot just because of Pickett and Flacco in the room, but we'll see, right? Like, I mean, I think it's going to be make for a really exciting preseason in the end all be all.
He's just scored OG2K, less than 10 seconds to go. How much time left here in the second quarter? It's less than 10 seconds. How much? 10?
Keep getting away with
10 seconds left. So he's up by 7. That was a huge touchdown. So 14 unanswered there by the King of the Hill, OG2K. Andrew, real quickly, your thoughts here? You like how he's sort of laying low and he's really not taking the bait on anything? Happy to be there. Like when he first got into the locker room, you know, there's pictures of him also talking to younger kids and students there in the Cleveland area. You could tell it's kicking in.
You know, the quote is, everybody has a plan until he was until you're punched in the face. And when it comes to his public perception or, you know, the slide of the draft, effectively he was a little bit hit in the face when it comes to his perception, right? And that's another hit in the face for Chandler, interception right there. But I do admit I'm a little bit. Ocho Cinco was one of my favorite players. Tio was one of my favorite players. I hope later on, once he establishes himself, then he goes back and then he's like not afraid to be a little bit showy. You know, still have your personality, but at the end of the day, right now, since you have so much scrutiny underneath you, lay low, do what you got to do. Don't forget you, but also don't forget that you have people watching as well.
Yeah, and look, I'm no one's going to cry a river. We're not going to start a GoFundMe for Shedeur. I mean, he did show up at a club with a Louis, bag full of cash. So I mean, he's doing okay
from birth. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
He's doing okay. So we're not gonna cry a river for him. But look, it is good to see him sort of get it, earn it, and take full advantage of all the reps that he got in Cleveland at the minicamp for the Browns. And I want to see him. He is going to start at least a game or games for the Browns this year. I firmly believe that. I really do. So we'll keep an eye on Shedeur and the Browns. All right, guys, third quarter here. Started the quarter, 17-7 ball game. So 17 unanswered for OG2K, bottom left of the screen. Bottom right, Chandler playing with the Packers, had a lead. Now he is trailing. He's on defense. We're live here at Chocolate Lovers here in New Jersey, in Bayonne, man. We're talking about crepe shakes, waffles, and more. Cheesecake, smoothies, and sundaes. Best dessert you'll find in New York and New Jersey, man. The best thing is that chocolate sort of, man, the fountain. I love that thing. It's right here, man. And they got some great desserts, man. Open Monday through, I guess we can call it Monday through Sunday, but Sunday through Thursday, 12 to 12, so 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. And on Fridays and Saturdays, 12 p.m. to 2 a.m. They stay open a little later. That second quarter brought to you by good friends by El Aguila Dorado Restaurant, literally right next door. I'm talking about literally right next door. AguilaDoradoRestaurant.com, authentic Mexican restaurant, amazing environment, amazing place, amazing food there. The libations are definitely flowing. Monday through Friday, got a happy hour from 2 to 6. Mariachi shows on Tuesdays, every other Tuesday. They got the patio as well, man. Great food, just great vibes. We were there a few weeks ago. We'll be back there in a couple of weeks at AguilaDoradoRestaurant.com. That's where you can find them. The Golden Eagle, folks, it is landed in Bayonne, New Jersey. That's where you can find them online. AguilaDoradoRestaurant.com, my favorite bar here in New Jersey and in the Bayonne area. We're back live here next door, Chocolate Lovers here in Bayonne. Like I said, 416 Broadway here in Bayonne near Midtown. Open Sunday through Thursday, 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. Friday and Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 a.m. And open late for all your chocolate lovers and your cravings. Crepes, shakes, waffles, and more. Cheesecake, smoothies, and Sundays. Larry Ridley, CBS Sports, ISG Football, ISG Basketball. I got Jarrett Guarantano, former volunteer quarterback at the University of Tennessee, also for the Broncos and Cardinals, currently with the UFL San Antonio Brahmas. Andrea Richmond, hell of a sportscaster down there in the A, doing some stuff with the W and the Dream as well. OG2K, bottom left-hand corner of the screen, defending King of the Hill. He's the current champ. 24 unanswered points now for him, with the lead starting to pull away from Chandler, the challenger, playing with the Packers. Must score here for Chandler if he wants to have any shot at this game. Back to the NFL, guys. Let's talk about it. Speaking of those Green Bay Packers playing right now, the digital version of the Green Bay Packers. How about their head coach, Matt LeFleur? Love him, right? All the ladies love him. They think he's a handsome young guy, and he probably is. I don't know. I'm not into looking at guys, but anyway, people love him. He made some news this week, man. He was on a podcast, Busting with the Boys. I believe that's Will Compton and Taylor Lewan, used to play for the Tennessee Titans. And he was talking about some situations that he's had cutting players, and there was one situation where he was in a room, a cinder block room. Basically, it was just him and the player. He cut the player, and he thought he was going to get his ass whooped. He thought he was in trouble. Luckily, nothing happened. He said, hopefully, he tried to talk the guy out of it, and it didn't really work. Didn't see things through, but he did get hurt. Your thoughts here, Jarrett? You've been in the NFL. You've had to take your playbook and go talk to a coach. How scary of a situation is this for Matt LeFleur? And what are these situations like? How much tension is there, man? Because we're talking about there's only 1,700 players in the NFL. These men have jobs, man, and there's a lot riding on it, JGC.
Yeah, these are these guys' livelihoods, right? Like, who knows? Like, some of them have multiple kids, some of them have family,
multiple homes,
multiple homes. They obviously have.
I didn't mean it like that. Multiple homes. They can have multiple homes.
Yeah,
multiple women in homes and multiple homes that you got to go to.
I mean, that exists too, though.
That does exist.
All exists, but they have families, they have parents, they have kids, they have whatever, they have all their expenses, whether it's cars, homes, whatever it is, everyday living. Like, so having the opportunity to play in the NFL can't be taken lightly.
It's a privilege.
Obviously, situations like this come about every single day in the NFL, and I don't know. I've seen a lot of crazy guys playing football, so obviously there's going to be some animated guys, and it probably was very scary for Coach LeFleur. Like, I met Coach LeFleur countless times. He's one of the nicest people ever. Obviously, he does get a little bit animated on game day, but for him, he was probably scared out of his mind, right? Like, there was probably a 6'5" defensive end absolutely barking at him. Like, his heart started racing a little bit, but no, it's guys are, you know what I mean? It's just guys are very passionate about this game and passionate about the opportunity. So when they feel like maybe something wasn't going in their direction or something was wrong, they might act out a little bit.
That is more than acting out, my friend. That's almost you about to go to jail, man. You can't assault people. That's crashing out. I'm glad
I've seen a lot of players. I've seen a lot of players go at a lot of coaches, though. I mean, a lot of coaches also have sometimes they have it warranted.
Sure. But that's on the field, and it's probably when the coaches are barking at you. But this is, hey, bring me your playbook. Sorry, man. It's a very, sterile, docile situation. We got to let you go. And the guy doesn't want to go.
You never know. That's why you never know in this situation. Like Coach LeFleur could have said something to him about how he wasn't playing very well, or he could have made a remark about a situation.
He sucked. Right.
And he could have said something that might have hurt the player's feelings or got the guy a little riled up or something like that, and he barked back at LeFleur. Things escalate.
Did you hear what Bill O'Brien said to Max Crosby when he was like in college and was like, he'll never be good enough in one of those? Hopefully Matt LeFleur didn't hit him with one of those, because then I can understand that's a reasonable crash out, right?
And you never know.
Yeah, right. There's reasonable crash out. Right, and we only have one. There's reasonable and there's unreasonable. But I will say this, like, if you're one of these fringe players in the NFL, it's probably not best to go ahead and attack one of the coaches, because there's a good old boy system, and
so it's only 32 teams.
And say he crashed out, he's gonna crash out somebody else. So that's why I encourage you all not to do that if you can. But again, Matt LeFleur, hopefully he didn't pull Billy O.B., because if he did, I mean. That's being words I wouldn't be.
Now, LeFleur said this was a couple of years ago. Didn't name any names. Good for him. Yeah. We got to find out who it is, JG. The internet, the internet sleuths, they're going to be on this. You know that, right? Somebody's going to find out.
He was so discreet, though, with it that it's going to be super tough. Like, in a year span, they probably cut 40 to 50 players. So, like, I don't know. That might be a little bit.
That's true. We don't know if it was training camp. We don't know when it was, at what point in the season. We do know it was he said a couple of years ago, so we can start there, 2 years ago. So this would have been the 2023 season?
2 to 3. Yeah, 2 to 3. You got to go through the transactions.
All of them.
No, but you can't. Yeah, your injury.
But they start with 90 guys, and they get down to 53. So that's a lot of guys.
Andrea was so right, though. Like, you never know in this situation, right? Like he just completely blacked out on a coach that might have believed in him. That might have not been his decision. Might have been the front office's decision. And who knows? Next week, his same position group, somebody could have got banged up, and they could have brought him right back to next week. So. I don't know the full situation. Those are just kind of narratives that I've seen that could have happened.
Sure.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Coach LeFleur might have said something about a dispute or might have said something about something and the player didn't react.
So you're basically saying Coach LeFleur brought it on himself. That's what you're basically saying, JG.
Hey,
he ran his mouth.
Cat Williams, you shouldn't have been talking mess,
I've been like you said,
to get his ass whooped. That's what you're saying.
I've been in that situation.
Yes.
And I remember particularly with, I would say, Arizona, and so it wasn't with Cliff, but it was with the scout, and the scout had one along the lines. Obviously, as I said, what would you think I should work on, and he gave me just an absolute BS answer, because the whole preseason I kind of showed that exact thing that he said, and like in my heart, I knew I have a little bit of a temper. I have like a little New Jersey in me, so in my heart I start ticking a little bit. I'm like, no, this jerk, blah 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 blah. Did not just say. Right, like he did not just say, out of all things, this is what I should be working on. Like this means he's completely kind of BSing me, and I'm like, that's just not. It wasn't accurate. And in my head, I'm like, you could have said 1,000 other things, but you said the one thing that I know for certain isn't the case, because I talk to my head coach, I talk to the offensive coordinator every day, trying to get better at. So there's situations like that all the time, and obviously players always want clarity, and they just want to understand why when they do get cut or they do get removed from the team. Who knows what happened in this one?
Yeah.
Some people are buttholes,
real quickly, Andrew.
And they try to trigger you too. So I mean, hey, let's just say that. So
but you can't crash out, kids.
No, you can't.
Can't crash out, kids. Don't do it.
Keep the composure. Gotta breathe through it.
Find another way to get back at them. Find another way, but do not crash out. Fourth quarter here, 27-14 ball game. OG2K, bottom left-hand corner of the screen, with the lead over Chandler by 13 points, and he's got the ball. It's going to look bleak here. Under 4 minutes to play, about 3 minutes to play here. That third quarter actually brought to you by good friends. Right here, Chocolate Lovers, NJ, located right here in Bayonne, New Jersey, 416 Broadway. And the number is 201-243-6896. Crepes, shakes, waffles, and more. Cheesecakes, smoothies, you name it, sundaes. It's all right here. The best dessert, folks, in New York and New Jersey. Open late for all you chocolate lovers and your cravings. Sunday through Thursday, noon to midnight. And on Friday and Saturday, noon to 2 a.m. Once again, phone number 201-243-6896. Crepes, shakes, waffles, and more. Cheesecake, smoothies, and sundaes. And that chocolate tower of terror right there, man. That's going to be the vein of me right there. I'm in trouble. Can't wait to I'm going to give me a waffle tonight. I'm going to get me a crepe. I'm going to get me a sundae. I'm going to get me a shake. I'm going to get me a cheesecake. I'm running out of here with all of it tonight, all the chocolate. And you know what? Since I'm running, I hope I don't have the runs eating all that stuff too. That's a different story. Great stuff here at Chocolate Lovers. All right, let's back here, guys. Back here live at Chocolate Lovers here. Real quick, let's get back in it. 27-14 ball game as the time is winding down. Niners and their quarterback, Brock Purdy, they reach a deal. Gets $265 million contract extension. Going to make about $53.1 million, JG, on the AAV there, the annual average value there. Puts him in the top 10 of all quarterbacks. I believe he's tied for 7th with 2 and some other guys. Is Brock Purdy worth $53 million? Look, I know went to Super Bowl, went to back-to-back NFC Championship games as a rookie, won a playoff game and all that stuff. $53 million? Or are you just going to tell me that's what the market says, right?
Show me the money. From his perspective, of course, like he's loving it. Mm-hmm. I don't know if anybody in the country
ain't worth $53 million.
If anybody in the country that knows any football would ever think that he would get 50 plus. From his standpoint, I don't know why it took so long. Like, obviously he might have been asking for a little bit more money, but
he did. That's the reports. He wanted more.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there,
and he's got a no trade clause.
That's insane.
No trade clause. And I'm like, from his perspective, he landed in the exact perfect place, the most perfect system for him. Mm-hmm. Like, excellent head coach. Obviously, supporting cast is amazing. From his standpoint, I thought he was going to be asking for 40, 45. Like,
I was thinking 40 max. 40 max.
And from his perspective, I'm like, all right, get 45 and then allow them to do some things with the rest of the team. Obviously grow with it. Like, it's obviously getting to be a little bit older of a team. You're gonna have to pay Bosa, McCaffrey. He's getting a little bit older. He's been banged up. Gonna have to find another running back.
Warner just got some money too. Yep, Fred Warner. Yep.
You got rid of Debo, so maybe you're gonna need another wide receiver, like one. But he went with 53, and obviously the organization thinks highly of him. Good for them. I just don't.
Andrea, I want someone to love me like Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers love Brock Purdy.
You are on that Lamar Odom, okay? Like, let's quote Stephen A. You are on that Lamar Odom. Because this is insane. Brock Purdy, I know one thing about Kyle Shanahan. He loves quarterbacks that just listen to what he says and does exactly what he asks them to do. And shout out to Brock Purdy, he does exactly that. But as Jarrett alluded to, you are Brock Purdy. You need players around you in order to succeed. And with you taking up so much money, look at all those names. Like, he's making more than Jared Goff. Than Jared Goff. And Jared Goff hasn't always been known as being that guy. And he's still making more than Jared Goff. And Brock Purdy definitely isn't that guy.
But he's Purdy, though. He's Purdy.
That's some Purdy money.
He did get to a Super Bowl, back-to-back NFC Championship games.
The no trade clause is certifiably insane.
That is. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's one thing for you to get paid, but on top of that, a no trade clause. And guess what? I'm proud of him. I'm proud of his story, and I'm proud of the fact that he is getting paid, because at the end of the day, I love it when athletes do get paid, right? Get as much money as you can from these owners. I just think that these owners and Kyle Shanahan are on that stuff, man. And there was some wacky tobacco going on over there in California.
Well, they be smoking that weed out there in the Bay Area. You know it, the Yay area. But yeah, good. Congratulations to Brock Purdy, man. Look, it is a free market society, man. Look, if the market bears 53.1, damn it, that's what you're worth. So.
+1. It's whoever's up next in this market, and it doesn't matter who's up next, apparently. Sure. But wide receivers and running backs still can't get paid. That's what I feel.
Up next, got one quick story. The game is over. Our King of the Hill moves on. Was down 7-0 and went on like a 24-0 run to take control of that ball game. Real quickly before we got here, speaking of NFL players, Antonio Brown, a former NFL player, temporarily detained by Miami police this past weekend. Was at an Aiden Ross boxing event. I think it was near Little Haiti, if I'm not mistaken. Says he was jumped, and says the folks tried to rob him of his jewelry. He also released a statement on Twitter and on social media that says, look, I was not arrested. I was detained. The police got my side of the story. They let me go once they heard that, look, I'm trying to get my stuff back. So your thoughts here, guys. We'll start with you, Andrea, all about the culture. JG, both of you guys jump in here. What do you guys think when you saw this, man? I was like, oh, AB, no, bro, no.
Well, your first mistake was going to an Aiden Ross event and acting like people like this
Look
wouldn't
at
be
AB.
at
And he kicked the security guy,
place,
too.
dude. That's what I'm saying, man. The guys who are a fan base of Aiden Ross are known to get rowdy, and this is what happens, right? And AB, he's also known to get rowdy. So I'm just hoping that everything is good. Everybody gets the respective chains back, but what a mess. If you would tell me this is how AB's career would go after his beginning, I mean, according to what all the talk, you probably wouldn't be that much of a surprise, but as a fan, it kind of hurts, man.
Yeah. JG?
I think I would be more surprised if Antonio Brown had a positive article come out about him, or he had positive news. Like, this is like so on par. Like, I'm not surprised by any means. Like, of course, it's not in this particular story. It's not his fault because people are trying to steal what is his. So, like, obviously, he should get a little rowdy. But the fact that it's him and the fact that it's negative, I think that correlation is absolutely perfect. Like, that's Tom Brady and Bill Belichick like type chemistry, to be honest. So I'm happy. Obviously, like nobody seriously hurt. There was no weapons or anything like that. But to say
there was a gunshot,
surprised-
and they said he had a gun allegedly.
Now you're
Although
saying
he said he didn't, or he didn't say anything. He just didn't say anything about it.
JG said AB and mess going on are like Bill,
Bill and Tom.
and Tom.
So beautiful.
That's crazy.
Such a beautiful connection.
Putting up numbers, okay?
Absolutely
man.
amazing.
Okay,
Oh,
numbers.
That's like Phil Jackson and MJ. Just beautiful. Absolutely amazing.
So when did Aiden Ross, this kid that there's nothing hood about him, but why is there always some nonsense going on with this kid, man?
He's with
some
the
of the events
hyper
allegedly.
machismo, like weird
Right.
incel type culture. So like they want to be known as that, and so they always at any single point want to prove their masculinity. And I guess that means robbing an NFL player. I don't know why you thought you'd win that fight, but congrats on taking it. I hope you got the payment for it, which is a whole.
Did he
bunch
get it
of
back?
Nonsense. That's a great question, actually.
I
don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, well.
Knowing them and then knowing the type of guys who are at Aiden Ross's events, I doubt that they were successful in their jumping, honestly.
And it seems like the Miami police this time, when they messed with an NFL or encountered an NFL player, they did the right thing. Remember, they arrested Tyreek Hill. How about the Colts have to apologize because of a little nonsense on social media with the schedule release, making fun of Tyreek Hill. But it seems like they handled this the correct way. They detained him, got us out of the store, and realized, look, I get it. The guy lost his chain. They provoked him and attacked him. He should be able to defend himself, especially in the state of Florida. I've lived there twice. Stand your ground, damn it. So, it's like the Wild Wild West. If I'm in Florida, my life was in danger. I feel threatened. That's all I'm saying every day of the week.
This could have been a lot worse, so I'm glad that everybody walked away in good standing,
Sure. Good. And that's what we want. We want all we are saying is give peace a chance.
Kev, get him. Kev, get him.
All right, let's get out of here. So game is over. OG wins. He moves on. He gets the win. Let's get you guys' thoughts here real quickly. Before we do that, let's get to the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter brought to you by our good friends at Kettle Black Sports Bar. We'll be there on Thursday for ISG basketball. Two locations, one in Shaolin, that'd be Staten Island, and also Brooklyn. Best wings, burgers, and beer. Food and Wine magazine, folks, said one of the top 5 wing joints in America. They're open daily between 11:30 a.m. and 1 a.m. as well. A bunch of other events that they have. Their live music, we've been there. We've seen that. The trivia, got the sports, got all the TVs as well. But it's all about the wings, the burgers, and the beer. The wings are really good. I'm talking about, like, I don't know, top 5, but man, they are really good. Best around in this area. Check them out online, kettleblackbar.com. 2 locations, Staten Island and also in Brooklyn. All right, let's go ahead and bring us all back in. Get you guys quick thoughts on OG2K. Another little slow start. Hell of a kick, though, to put it away. Start with you, OG. JG.
I was so excited to see a quick score, first possession, 7-0. I'm fist pumping. I'm like, come on,
Let's go.
Beat the odds.
Come on. And then obviously the turnover before half, and then I saw 7,
Got
and I'm like,
punched.
he gets
Then
the ball back,
17-7. Got the field goal too before the
And the
half.
field goal on
Oh,
top of that.
and then he threw the pick with 10 seconds left, and I was like,
Yeah.
And then obviously he gets the ball back at
Third
at
quarter,
halftime.
and that was like that was the ball game. That was 3 scores
Yeah.
right there. Boom, boom,
I'm
boom.
thinking, listen, I have a lot in my mind. Like, yeah, I get bored and stuff. I go against OG. I saw a Josh Allen jersey in the background. He's using the Chiefs. I'm like, come on, let's
Right.
get some bad juju. And
You didn't
Nothing
get any
again.
bad.
He can't
Yeah,
keep
I was-
getting away with this, guys. He
He's a
always
legend.
finds a way every
know. He's a
single
legend.
time to
I know.
keep getting away with it.
He's a
Like,
wiener. I know. All right, let's go ahead and bring in OG2K. OG2K. So Nick, look here, man. You were down 7-0. All right, and he had the ball. People forget about that. You were down 7-0, and he had the ball. What were you thinking in that moment? Like, okay, game on.
Yeah, I just stayed relaxed and I kept, coming up with new ideas.
What were those new ideas?
On defense, I gave a more aggressive look with linebackers to try and send heat and force a bad read or something like that. And it ended up working out. We actually got a full stop. We got him on 4th down in the red zone. And then after that, we just turned the game around from there.
Talk about how important was it down 7-0, the score, and then the score before the half, and then a field goal, the interception, and field goal before the half, and then coming out of the third quarter, it's that daily double. It was bing, 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 game over, 24 unanswered. How critical was that middle part of the game for you?
That was massive because I actually managed the clock at the end of the first half. And then it was good to not let him have the lead for such a long time, because if he has the lead and he's got the ball, then he could just chew it out and put me in a tough spot at the end of the game. So I had to take the advantage back really quick.
Andrew, JG?
Yeah, this is one of the few weeks I don't have a question for you, because you just always find a way to get it done. I'm
By
just
the way.
more impressed. Congrats to you for figuring it out, dude.
Thank you.
yeah, I think the changing point in the game was that middle 8, we call it, is basically that.
Yep.
I mean, for Madden play, obviously it's not the full quarters, but probably it's the middle 4.
Oh,
the
the middle
2-minute
4,
drill.
yeah, yep.
The 2-minute drill, the second quarter, and then obviously the first 2 minutes of the third. I think the point differential was, 17 at that standpoint. Did you foresee that as going to be your opportunity to really nail the game down? And how did you foresee the rest of the game, obviously with a true clock situation?
It was massive to get the end of the first half and the start of the second half to go the right way, because if it sits at a tie or he's up by 3 points or whatever, it's gonna get. I've been in those games against Bronco a lot of times on here, and those are I barely end up winning those, so it's massive to get control of the game before the end of the third quarter happens, and limit any fluke play from losing me the game at the very end.
Yeah. All right, man. Dude, I guess the beat goes on, brother. You still here, man? Still have yet to lose a game. Hey, keep doing your thing, man.
You're good. You know?
For real. Keep doing your thing, man. We'll see you next Tuesday. To see if you can keep this thing going, man. But before we get out of here, this post-game show. Actually, you know what? If you want to be like OG2K or even Chandler, who plays in both leagues, plays in ISG football and ISG basketball, you can sign up right now. It's free entry, so free 99, ages 13 and up. You can join us now, competeforever.com/Madden League. You can win cash and other prizes all online, and a weekly King of the Hill format. You win, you stay on the stick, so winner stays on. Once again, join us now, competeforever.com/Madden League. Don't do it today, but do it to now. That post-game show, this post-game show brought to you by our good friends at 902brewing.com. We'll be there a week from today, next Tuesday. 902brewing.com, located in Jersey City, 101 Pacific Avenue in Jersey City, a craft brewery there in JC, producing ales and also lagers, handcrafted beers in the best atmosphere, curated good times right there in Jersey City. It's made in Jersey City, has the spacious tap room that was built as well, hosts a variety of events, yoga, live bands, DJs, comedians, concerts, you name it. And also, folks, they got the rooftop. We showed that to you a few weeks ago. We'll show it to you again if it's a very nice day on a Sunday, on a Tuesday. Check them out online, 902brewing.com, located there in Jersey City. All right, been another great show, guys. Really appreciate it, man. Shout out to the folks right here at Chocolate Lovers here in Bayonne, New Jersey for OG2K, our weekly King of the Hill. Andrea Richmond, peace up, A down. What are we doing over the next 2 days in the A, Andrea?
Oh man, the next 2 days, just trying to write a story when it comes to the W and get ready for the next W matchup because the Fever are coming into town. So we'll see how that goes.
Caitlin's coming to the A.
Caitlin's coming to the A, so the threes will be raining, and hopefully not actually raining too. Because
you guys got Brittany Griner, right? Is Brittany in Atlanta?
Brittany is in Atlanta, and she's hooping. Shout out to her and Bree Jones. Hold it down.
Yes, ma'am. Jay Jeezy, what's going on in the UFL? What you got? 2 games left? How many?
This week and next week, and that me and you can get some stuff going on at the you know where. But no, yeah, 2 more weeks. Trying to get the hammies feeling good, everything feeling good. So try to finish off the right way.
Finish off the right way. What's the record there for the Brahmas? What do you guess?
A lot to a little.
A lot to a little.
In the opposite direction.
Hey, it beats that way sometime, man.
A little to a lot. No, it's been a tough year, right? Like we lost our head coach, we lost our offensive coordinator.
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, we've been absolutely just brutalized with obviously like personnel stuff. So it's been really tough to kind of like find a groove, but it's all good.
Keep fighting, man. Keep rolling, man.
And if you come back in town June, I'm going to be up there too. So, hey, together, man. Let's
party
go.
Time.
You cannot put all 3 of us together, man. That's going to be crazy. All right, man. Well, Jarrett, enjoy it, man. We'll see you next week, brother. And look forward to it, man. Look, I'm not rooting for you guys to lose, but hell, if you do, we'll take you. We'll take it. We'll take it. All right, thought to do it here live from Chocolate Lovers here in Bayonne, New Jersey, man. Located 416 Broadway. Crepes, shakes, waffles, and more. Cheesecake, smoothies, and sundaes. The best dessert spot in New York and New Jersey, man. We'll see you guys on Thursday for ISG basketball, and that will be at the Kettle Black Sports Bar over the Bayonne Bridge. We're going to Shaolin, baby, in Staten Island. Guys, have a great week or a great couple of days. We'll see you on Thursday, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Very good stuff.